Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a very important topic for all fresh graduates and junior doctors in Pakistan, the different career pathways after MBBS. So yeah, many of you are confused. Should you do FCPS, USMLE, PLAB, MRCP, MCPS, MPH, or MPhil MPH? Which one is better? What's the right timeline to start and which path is suitable for you? So don't worry, I'll explain each one step by step, and by the end of the video, you'll have a much clearer idea. Okay, let's begin with the first one. So the first one is the USMLE USA pathway. Let's start with it. The United States Medical Licensing Exam. This is for those who want to train and settle in the USA. It's costly and competitive, but if you clear it, you get world-class residency training. The timeline is ideally your preparation should start from third year, fourth year, or maybe if you're not prepared or strong enough, you should start it from final year or house job. But yeah, remember that you should start it as soon as possible. So yeah, there are three steps. Step one takes almost 1 to 2 years. Then there's step two, which can take 8 months to 10 months almost. And then you can apply for the match, or you can also give step three, which takes 6 to 8 months to prepare. So you can you also have to go to the USA for step three. Then you also have to do observerships there, and you need a very good CV and research experience. So it's not like it's not like if you clear your steps, you will get a job. Nope, not at all. You need a very good CV, very good connections in USA. You need to work there for some time, and you have to make some connections with the doctors you work with, right? Okay, so the next one is PLAB, UK pathway. So PLAB is basically, nowadays I wouldn't recommend it at all because it's very saturated and it might take 2 to 3 years for you to go to England. So okay, let's tell you a little bit about it. This is a licensing exam for practicing in the UK. First you pass IELTS or OET, then you have to give PLAB 1, PLAB 2, and finally get GMC registration. Timeline is basically, if you start preparing in your house job, you have to give PLAB 1 soon after, and then you can start with your PLAB 2 preparation. And just as you have to take step 3 in USA, you have to take PLAB 2 in England. So you start with that. Okay, it's relatively cheaper than USMLE, but you still need to plan finances because if USMLE cost you 1.5 crore, then PLAB might cost you 50 to 60 lakhs approximately. I'll get on to the financial aspects of all the exams in my next video, inshallah. Okay. So if you want to settle in the UK or gain training and later return to Pakistan, PLAB is a good option. Like if you start early with PLAB, there are better chances of you to securing a job than there is, okay. And with USMLE, it costs a lot and it might take some time for some people. Some people get earlier, but but for some it takes 8 to 9 years to. Well, I have seen people who got I wouldn't talk about that. I don't want to discourage anyone, but okay, let's talk about the third part, that is FCPS. So FCPS is Pakistan's local specialization program, and this is the Pakistan's main postgraduate training route. It has tough exams, very tough. Yes, it's tough to pass part 1. Then you have to go through induction exams, or if there's central induction policy in Punjab, then you have to do that. Then you have to give IMM, then you have to go through part 2. The salary is way less than you work. You work very hard, and the salary and the pay is not up to the mark. And then after you complete your training, there are no such guarantee that you might get a job. You will have to struggle for that as well. And in UK and US, the training is top notch. The money in US is top notch. In UK, it's like the middle ground for the money. And but later on, you are guaranteed to get a job as a consultant. Okay, so for part FCPS, you should start with the house job, and house job is good enough for you to clear part 1. And if you want my recommendation, well, I would recommend 300%, despite all the cons of FCPS, that you should definitely go for FCPS if you are not financially strong enough to go for USMLE, because my first choice would be USMLE. Then my second choice or option would be that if I'm not financially strong enough, I should do FCPS part 1 and get training in Pakistan. And meanwhile, I can work on other pathways like for UK or USMLE. I would start earning by then, so then I can easily make money and study. You can get into a easier field where you can have enough time to study as well and practice along with it. So you can have 2 birds in your hands. Like you have the Pakistan route already. You are doing FCPS training, and at the same time you are preparing for PLAB 1, PLAB 2, or MRCP, MRCS, MRCPCH, or any other postgrad exams necessary for it. So yeah. Another route is MCPS, the diploma route. So MCPS is a shorter diploma program, usually 2 years. It has limited scope compared to FCPS. You might not get promotions like that and after doing FCPS, but it's good for anyone who is having a very bad luck clearing exams like part 1 or any other international exams, or is financially weak. Although remember that you might get paid less in MCPS, but it's still a good option for anyone having a hard luck clearing their exams like part 1, etc. And also that it might give you all the necessary training that you need to open a clinic or qualify as a GP. So yeah, it's good in family medicine, pediatrics, gynecology, anesthesia. You should go for it if all of your other routes have expired and are not working. So let's talk about the other route that a lot of you are confused about, that is MRCP, MRCS, etc. Okay, these are UK-based membership diplomas. These are only exams that you clear and you get the diplomas, but these are not some training programs. They are not equivalent to FCPS, although they are considered equivalent to that and are good for getting jobs in Pakistan, Dubai, Qatar, and all the Arabic countries, but still you need to get official training from UK after you clear your MRCP or MRCS. So you have to apply there as in training programs. You have to go through the trainings and then you can be called a consultant in the UK. Yep. So, but it's still better than PLAB, and I would totally recommend it. My recommendation would be to go for FCPS. Along with it, go for the exam that is unique to your specialty. Like if you're in medicine, you should do MRCP. If you're in surgery, do MRCS. If you are in gynae, do MRCOG. If you are in pediatrics, do MRCPCH, and try to get a training program. Try to get into a training program in UK after you complete your training in Pakistan. And similarly, even if you do not get into the training programs in UK, you can still get better job opportunities in Pakistan and all other countries, the Asian countries, and some countries in the Europe. So yeah, okay. Other than this, you have MPhil PhD programs that you can get into if you want to go and avail the teaching side. These are academic degrees in basic sciences or research, and they are less clinical, more focused on lab work, teaching, publications. You can start after MBBS house job or after attempting for other clinical exams. And if you are unable to clear any of them, you can just go for MPhil MPH, and there are very good opportunities in it. And you can start from being a demo, then you can get promoted to assistant professor, then associate professor, then professor. Maybe one day you can be an HOD. Okay, so and another one is MPH, that is similar somewhat to MPhil, but not that much. It stands for Master of Public Health. This is for anyone who wants to work in NGOs with WHO, UNICEF, or international health organizations. I would totally recommend it. It has very good scope. If you have contacts and if you know the field, then you can go ahead with it and you can make a very good career in it. Okay. So these were some of the options that all of you are confused about. I would say that every option has its pros and cons, but depending on where, first of all, you have to decide where do you want to stay. Do you want to live in Pakistan, or are you passionately crazy about going to USA, UK, Europe, Germany, Australia, Saudi, Qatar, Oman, wherever? You have to decide the country you want to live in, and you also have to look into other factors, as in your family restrictions or your culture, and so then you can maybe probably decide. Also, other than that, you have to decide if you want to practice clinically or go into research, teaching, or public health. These are the 4 options. If you are passionate about clinical, so you should start them with clinical fields. And also, are you willing to invest your time and money for exams like USMLE or PLAB, which will take a longer route? You need a very good financial background. You need moral support from your family, because your family will have to wait for you to get a good job, and they have to support you morally, financially, emotionally, because I've seen people who have gotten into MO jobs here in Pakistan, and at the same time they started preparing for USMLE exams so they were partially earning here and were preparing for the US, and then they got into the US, and now they are well settled. But it took time. It took a great amount of time, and their families had to support them and were very patient about them. So my advice is decide early, ideally during house job, because each path has its own timeline, and don't follow what others are doing. Choose what matches your goals. If this video helped you, please like, share with your batchmates, and subscribe for more career guidance. See you in the next one. Thank you.